Hello everyone, welcome back to the BrainCells YouTube channel. You already know what's up. So I'm carrying on being the second video in this series about how Minecraft has kind of created each of us as people. I'm itsbellzo and welcome back to the BrainCells YouTube channel. For me, I've always been somebody that's been interested in YouTube, and I've watched vloggers from time to time, but definitely the content that has stuck with me the most is Minecraft, which even led me to creating a Minecraft channel at a young age.
What's up? So it's Belzo here, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video.
Because I was just so intrigued with it and I loved everything about it. So I'm going to just give you a timeline of what I've watched on YouTube and what I thought about all of it and how it kind of built me into the person that I am today. Because what you watch growing up, and especially for me, caused me to be who I am in a big way and kind of created communities around me and led me to meet some really awesome people along the way, including Sam and Vision. We met because of this crazy little block game, and it just kind of built me into who I am today. So we're just gonna go through the rundown of who I've watched and just everything from the very beginning. So my viewership of Minecraft began in 2012, so I was 11 years old. It all started with Sky Does Minecraft. I know, crazy. It's almost like every person my age's Minecraft viewership started with him or somebody from his group at the time, Team Crafted, because they were just huge channels that ate up YouTube and everybody watched them. So I liked him because of his roleplay videos and also his jailbreak videos. They were just really entertaining and had a lot going on, and I was 11 years old, so I just loved it. And then in 2012, I didn't have a YouTube channel at the time, so the algorithm kind of led me to who I watched, from Yogscast to Afmao, Stampy Longhead, and just a whole bunch of other just typical Minecraft channels back then. But there was one that really stuck with me, and that was Stampy Longhead. In 2013, I actually really devotedly started watching him. I loved his lovely world, thought it was really wholesome, really spoke to me as who I am as a person. I would say I'm kind of wholesome, kind of immature in a way, and his series was a little immature, gonna be honest. It was very childlike and child-friendly, and I think that that's what I liked most about it. But his lovely world isn't what brought me to him. It was actually some random Skyblock series that he did, which is kind of funny and kind of random because that's not his normal content, but I enjoyed it a lot and I liked the just elements of Skyblock back in the day, and so that's why I watched it. And I definitely recommend going back and watching it. It's really old YouTube, I'm not gonna lie. So you might be like, whoa, the editing is weird and just the microphones are different and it's not Tommy in it up in here. It's Stampy Longhead, but it was definitely one of my favorites. So now in late 2013 is when my viewership of Minecraft totally took off and it hit the ground running, and it's all due to this little channel. Well, it was little back in the day. Now he has about 2 million subscribers, I believe. His name is Grazer10. And I found him through a block hunt series on his channel. Block hunt? Yeah, block hunt. I was obsessed with block hunt. It was one of my favorite things, and one day when I was homesick from school, I stumbled across it and was like, oh my gosh, this is so entertaining. And he was similar to Sky Does Minecraft and also Stampy in a way that he was wholesome, but also really loud and chaotic, which, I mean, at this point I was 12, so it worked for me and I really enjoyed it. And then one day he brought me to the Cube SMP. So at the start of 2014 is when I started watching the Cube SMP, and this became my life really, really quick. I ended up getting a YouTube channel so that I could comment on their stuff, like their stuff, and subscribe. I got a Twitter account so that I could keep up to date with all the stuff going on because there were so many influencers on this SMP. So the Cube SMP was very similar in a way to what the Dream SMP is today. There was lots of roleplay, lots of different things going on and different plots and stuff, and it was just really entertaining, but it was all on YouTube, and they posted videos every single day. And I was sitting there watching 20 different perspectives of this SMP every single day. It was super entertaining and it was right up my alley. So I followed a bunch of people, joined this tiny little fandom, which I thought was huge, but each of them had under 100,000 subscribers at the time. So it was relatively small compared to big things like Minecraft and even the Dream SMP now. And my main takeaways from the Cube SMP were that I made a bunch of friends. I was totally obsessed. It's the reason why I'm at the school that I am, why I am the person that I am, and has changed every single aspect of my life in so many ways, which is crazy because it's a little Minecraft server about a little block game with all of these random creators who I doubt thought that they were going to have this big of an impact on anybody's lives, but they definitely had a big one on mine. Most of this video will be surrounding the Cube SMP and just all that it did to me as a person, I guess, which is a lot. A lot. So now we're in towards the end of 2014, and I'm going to talk about 3 creators on the Cube SMP, except for Grazer, who really impacted me as a person. So the first one is, surprise, surprise, HBomb94, who is now a Dream SMP member, so he's definitely stayed in the community for a really long time. And so in 2014, he was on the Cube SMP, and he was known as the evil villain of the server, which I think is so funny because now he's known as like a cat maid, and that's how so many people know him, and I'm like, that's crazy. He used to be known as the EV of the server. I liked him because he was very consistent with his uploads. I mean, he uploaded over 200 episodes of Cube SMP Season 1, and there were 3 seasons. And I'm pretty sure he uploaded like 200 episodes on every season. It was insane. But I really enjoyed his content, and I still do to this day, and I think it's really cool that I've got to see him go down this journey from this little Cube SMP server to something as huge and groundbreaking as the Dream SMP. So another content creator that I really enjoyed back in 2014 was the Camping Rusher. So he was also on the Cube SMP, but he did this other thing called Factions, which I thought was really cool and different, and he built bases and raided other people's bases, and there was a lot of PvP aspects, and he did it on his server called the Archon. I literally watched an episode of Factions every single night, I kid you not. It was actually insane. Another YouTuber that I watched at the time was Parker Games, who I still adore to this day, honestly. He's just such a goofy, creative, funny guy who's just really wholesome and genuine. So he was on the Cube SMP as well, and he was just lovable and unproblematic. We love an unproblematic king. And he was known as like Mineplex Official, which like was a server at the time that people played on for Minecraft, and which I thought was interesting. I never really got the name, but I really enjoyed his stuff, and I met him several times at different conventions, which we'll get to later, and he was always just a very genuine person, and I loved his content. So now we're in December of 2014, and I finally got a laptop, and I could play Minecraft Java Edition. Groundbreaking, I know. And I loved it. It was so cool, and getting to like experience what I watched online. I've always been somebody that likes to watch video games instead of actually play them, but I definitely did enjoy playing Minecraft and still do. So now we're at January 2015. And this is PAX South. So PAX South is a gaming convention. Most people know VidCon, so that's like a YouTube convention. This one's specifically just for gamers, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, or any other platform, just for people that play video games. I went to PAX South in 2015 because it was in Texas, and that's where I lived at the time. And I got to meet a bunch of creators and experience a convention. It was really cool. I definitely recommend going to a convention if you can at some point in your life. Just getting to like see how they're run, going to different panels, seeing people's opinions, and meeting creators who you watch. Very cool. So now we're continuing in 2015 after PAX South, and I continued watching the Cube SMP. That was the main thing I watched at the time. Of course there were other YouTubers sprinkled in here and there, but the Cube SMP was definitely my main thing. I also met a ton of awesome friends in the community, and we ended up playing Minecraft together on a server we had together, and just being on Discord calls and Skype calls at the time to get to like know each other, and we all bonded over this silly little block game and this little server called the Cube SMP, and I thought that was really, really cool. That was my main takeaway from the Cube SMP, was how many cool people I got to meet from all over the planet that I otherwise would have never known even existed. Now continuing in 2015 to UHC, so ultra hardcore in Minecraft, and the Cube SMP had a Cube UHC competition that they would upload every once in a while. The whole fandom would explode. They'd be like, oh my gosh, who's gonna die first? Who is going to win? What's gonna be the best battle? It brought out my love for competitive gaming, which we'll get to later because it is a very important aspect of like why I love Minecraft so much. I think it's so cool, and competitive gaming is awesome, and seeing it in a little block game back in the day whenever you could spam click, amazing. We loved it. So a summary of 2016, because it's more so the same as of 2015. I continued watching the Cube. I met more friends. I went to a PAX South and got to meet a bunch of cool people. This sword is from that convention, and I got just a bunch of different signatures, which is super cool. Even HBomb signatures like on here, and I think that's really neat because I was able to meet them, and like most people don't get to meet their idols, and getting to meet every single one of them back in the day, insane. But then the Cube started to fall apart due to drama. There was a lot of messy things that happened behind the scenes. I was only 15 at the time, kind of oblivious to most things that were going on, but a lot of the YouTubers had problems with other YouTubers, and it just created a big mess and a lot of toxicity in the fandom. It's kind of started to dwindle at that point in time. However, I continue to watch here and there. I still watch H-Bomb in 2017, and I actually went to PAX South and VidCon and met a lot of really cool YouTubers, specifically ones on the Cube SMP and all of that. Got to meet Parker and H. Those were probably my favorite ones at the time just because of how unproblematic and genuine they are. But I got to meet a lot of my friends, and that was really important to me because a lot of people go to VidCon, not a lot of people went to PAX South, so getting to meet all of my friends that I had like texted for so long was really, really cool and unique. So yeah, the Minecraft community basically brought me just a bunch of friends, and I really appreciate it for that because, I mean, I was kind of lonely and having online friends was really cool. So late 2017 through early 2019, Minecraft started to fall a lot, and it was kind of sad, honestly, because I grew up from 2014 until then devotedly watching Minecraft every single day of my life. I kid you not. And I think that this is because viewers and YouTubers kind of grew out of Minecraft. We all grew through it together and just came to an age where we were like, it's a block game. Do we continue playing it, or is it childish at this point? Nobody knew. So it also was due to a lack of new updates and new content in the game. I mean, there were mods and just different things that happened, but Minecraft was just bought by Microsoft, and Microsoft didn't really know what to do with the game at that point, so it kind of just fell for a quick minute until Microsoft got a big hold of it and was like, okay, we need to pump out updates or people are going to stop playing our game. I slowly stopped watching. I watched people here and there. I watched H-Bomb still every now and then, and I watched like Scott's Major and like Shovel, but I didn't watch a lot. I stopped kind of watching it during 2019 for sure because I was like, I'm about to go to college. Do I continue watching Minecraft or do I not? Are people going to think I'm weird in college because I watch Minecraft? Maybe. So maybe I should stop. I still watched YouTube, but definitely not as much Minecraft as I originally did. I did, however, watch Jerome ASF and Beijing Canadian because they had a lot of IRL content at the time because they lived in a house together, and I was like, okay, these are cool Minecraft friends. Although I don't watch them play Minecraft, I watch their IRL content. I still really enjoy it. And so I subscribed to both of their channels, and they would occasionally post Minecraft videos still. And eventually they introduced me to Minecraft Mondays because I saw this big Minecraft tournament and was like, what is this? And I watched the VOD of it on their YouTube channel and was like, wait, this is kind of entertaining. I like this competitive aspect, reminds me a lot of UHCs back in the day, but it's all in one video. And I really enjoyed it, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll start watching it. When do these come out? And then I think they were coming out like every Saturday at that point in time. It was kind of crazy. I ended up finding H-Bomb's version of it. Like, he played in Minecraft Monday and was like, oh, I watched H-Bomb, kind of fell out of H-Bomb, still was subscribed to him, but let's see like what he plays. I started watching him again. And in late 2019, a bunch of people started watching Minecraft again, and it had a huge resurgence. I think that this is probably due to nostalgia, and Keemstar and Mr. Beast got into Minecraft Mondays a little bit and started promoting it and doing ideas for it, so that kind of brought in a new audience. And then it's also competition. A lot of people love competition and just the rivalries and stuff that would build. I mean, Technoblade came up at that time. He was in Minecraft Mondays, and I feel like that brought in a whole new audience. New viewers and new content overall just brought people back to Minecraft. I mean, there were cool updates going on. They had the ocean update or aquatic update, and just a bunch of other things, the Pillage and Village update, and just a bunch of new content being brought to the game, so people were excited about it again. And then the virus hit, and YouTube views and Twitch views completely increased because people were stuck at home, and everybody wanted stuff to watch, and I feel like Twitch offered a way for people to interact one-on-one in a live setting, so like you were getting instant feedback from your viewers, and Twitch streamers started streaming more because they were home too and they couldn't really go out and do things, and viewers kept watching during all hours of the day because they were home and couldn't do anything either. By bringing a bunch of people to Twitch, they brought a lot of viewership to Minecraft on Twitch. People like Tommy Innit, Sapnap, George Not Found, Dream all streamed on Twitch. It just brought a big viewership there, and there were already these tournaments going on, but eventually Minecraft Mondays stopped and people looked somewhere else for a different tournament. And I ended up finding MCC. So I started watching MCC during MCC 7 and I actually watched H-Bomb's perspective, and everybody likes it when the perspective that they watch wins, and H-Bomb actually won that MCC, so I was like, whoa, he's good. Interesting. And I started watching, and I grew in that community and ended up following different people that were also in MCC. I ended up coming to college that August as well, and I met a friend, I met Sam, who watches MCC as well, and she was like, dude, you gotta watch this Dream guy and the Dream SMP. And I was like, okay, I'll watch the Dream SMP. I don't know what this is. Looked up Dream on YouTube and was like, where are his episodes of the Dream SMP? Newsflash. He doesn't upload any. He doesn't stream the Dream SMP. So I was like, okay, well, how do I watch this? Found Tommy Innit and ended up watching Tommy Innit's streams of the Dream SMP and went through the whole war and all the drama that went on the Dream SMP with Lemanberg and Dream SMP, and got hooked. I was like, what is this? They're streaming this? Like, that's crazy. From September 2020 until now, I've been watching the Dream SMP. I've been hooked on Twitch, love Twitch, it's great. I don't just watch Minecraft guys anymore. I mean, one of my favorite streamers isn't on Twitch anymore. It's Ludwig, who moved to YouTube. He's great, love him. And just a bunch of different streamers like Mizkif and OTK, 100 Thieves. Everyone there is great. But yeah, I definitely got hooked on the Lemanberg plot and just like the plot and excitement that went along with the Dream SMP. Love Tales of the SMP and all of the cool stuff that Quackity has done on the Dream SMP. I'm just really excited for now the future of what's going to happen on the Dream SMP, what's going to happen for Minecraft in general, what's going to happen with the Warden update and the whole Wild update in general. And Dream's face reveal is probably coming up. That's going to be really exciting. I guess we'll get to see what he looks like. That's gonna be crazy. And everyone will get to meet like officially IRL, maybe at VidCon, maybe at another convention, TwitchCon possibly. Hopefully Minecraft will continue to thrive and generations after generations will be able to watch this type of content, because I know I watched it when I was growing up and now I'm watching it again, and it's really, really great, and you can do a lot with this little block game. But yeah, that's basically my whole rundown of how Minecraft has created me. It definitely changed who I am as a person. It made me more creative in so many ways. It allowed me to meet a bunch of people that I otherwise would have not met. I mean, I met Sam that way and Vision that way. I think that's really, really cool, and it's interesting to see how this little game created by Mojang brought so many people together. And it's definitely brought me more people than I would have thought, and I really appreciate it for that. But thank you so much for listening to me in this video. You'll see Sam's video tomorrow and how Minecraft has impacted her. So stick around and we'll continue uploading cool content like this. Leave a like and subscribe. Bye!